wake up, no sleeping, there's a dream to chase. Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to NXT with NaJee. You know what it is. It's favorite part of the week. This is a part of the Whip Show, the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka the Whip Show. You already know. Name so nice, I gotta say it twice. And this is also a part of BodySlam.net. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 73. We are a few weeks away from New Year's Eve. I'm super excited. A lot of different things are changing. A lot of things are happening on the fly. A lot of interesting moments happened this week that I don't even think were planned. So this should be a fun one to talk about. But you already know, as always, I am not by myself here, ladies and gentlemen. This week on episode 73, we have one of the hosts of the Heel Marks podcast, one of my close personal friends. Fun fact, me and this person actually met off of a viral video that happened of us dancing in the crowd. We got to talking. I invited her to hang out with the group. She is now a very, very, very much cemented part of the NXT family. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Miss Danielle.
Hi.
What's up, Dan? How you doing?
None. What's going on, handsome? I'm so happy to see you. I missed you.
No, I miss you too, man. How you doing?
I know. You're so far away now.
I know. I'm very.
I had to replace you now.
You replace me?
I replace you in NXT. That's not true.
That's fine.
I don't dance and yell at people. I just sit quietly to myself.
Nice. So how's everything going for you out there in Orlando? I know it's
great. I'm loving
Wednesday
it
today.
It's Wednesday. It's not cold. Coming from New York, it's very nice to be here and not be cold.
Yeah, you guys have a double taping to do today for NXT?
We have a double taping, yeah.
The holidays. Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know, last night, just so you guys know, like I said, it's Wednesday when we're recording this. It'll come out on Thursday. They recorded the live episode last night, and tonight they're actually going to do 2 weeks worth of episodes to give the wrestlers some time off for their holidays. And Dani will be there, but don't worry, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Tons of spoilers. Just kidding. I'm not
She's a heel. It's called the Heel Marks podcast for a reason.
No, I got yelled at once for doing that too much. And then they were like, stop doing that. I was like, okay. I was like, no more spoilers.
Well, as you guys know, and most of you know that watch the show, I like to ask my guests their origin story for NXT. So how did you fall in love with NXT, and how did you find yourself as a person in the PC every single week?
Oh, this is a fun question. Well, I've been watching wrestling forever, and I started watching NXT a little bit later, not during Seth Rollins' run. I started a little bit later, the big era with like Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano and like all those. I followed Evolve, not when it was WWE, way back when it was Indies, and a lot of those guys from Evolve started showing up at NXT, and I was like, well, I have to watch these guys like Keith Lee and even Gunther when he was Walter. All these guys, like I was following them a lot, so I had to start watching that, and that was like my prime of NXT, and that's when I really started watching. When I remember when anytime we talked about, oh, what was your favorite pay-per-view of the weekend, it was always NXT, and sometimes you couldn't even include NXT because you're like, we already know NXT is the best one. What's the second best one? Because NXT was just on it all the time. And I loved watching it. And I loved watching guys that I used to watch live constantly on the indies finally make a name for themselves. And when they got called to the main roster and all that, it was just so phenomenal. I heard about NXT doing shows, and I was like, I need to know how to be a part of this. One of my friends actually works there and was like, hey, get a ticket, blah, blah, blah. And then from there, I just started going constantly. And as you said, from a viral video, you and I became friends because I would go every week and sit by myself. I didn't care. I was just like, I just want to see wrestling. I miss like the New York scene of constantly going to wrestling shows and indie shows. And I was like, this is going to be my fix for the week. And you guys accepted me with open arms, and now you're all stuck with me.
Yep, and then one little Tuesday, we just got to dancing, and there was somebody an incredible shot of it, by the way.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
It's really cool. I'm happy that like you were so open to come hang out with us, and
I'm glad you guys were totally like accepting and like, come on, Danielle, come hang out.
I don't care. I will take the blame for that one because I was just like, no, you're sitting with us today.
I remember because I didn't want to like assume, and I was like, I'll go sit in my little corner by myself. I'll sit behind commentary. You're like, no, you're gonna sit with us. I was like, okay.
Yep, and then you met Mal, and the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Now I'm stuck with all these guys every week, eating all my snacks.
Yep,
and
that's
bothering
right.
me.
As they should. As they should. But
Yeah.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to pop into what this episode is all about, and that is about recapping the old matches here. I'm not going to talk too much about the promos because sometimes they can be a little bit all over the place. You guys know how I am with that. But I do have two notes to add to this week because they are two very important things. One is that Moose is coming for Ethan Page in his title. A great little swerve there that he gave us during their segment, making it seem like he was going after somebody else, but he was not. He was going after.
Oh my God. I was so excited. I knew he was going to do that because Ethan was walking off. He was like, aha. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to be Ethan
You,
Page versus
you
Moose.
like
And
Ethan a little bit, right? Just a little
a
bit.
little bit. I'm wearing his shirt right now. I love him so much. He's another one I've been following since Evolve. Like I've been following him for at least 15 years. And I'm just, I love that man so much that everybody boos him. I'm the only one standing and clapping along with Jordan. Me and him are the only
Yeah.
ones like cheering and being excited. And I love Moose. Like Moose is just, that man is a star. So I
Yeah.
can't wait for that match.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And New Year's Evil. I think it's
Yeah.
official as of Ava.
Yeah.
And then the second note that I have is that Ricky has 1,000% now gone full heel. It is Hollywood Ricky. That's what it's given. It's given me a lot of the same energy that Trick had when he first came back as a heel. And I'm very excited to see where that's going. Javon is clearly out for blood. And we'll talk a little bit more about Javon once we get to the main event. But those are the two notes that I had before we get into our very first match, which is like the talk of the internet right now, because the ending I don't think was supposed to happen.
I don't think so either. It was very like we had to keep rewatching. Like a lot of us just kept I went on Twitter and was finding, the video, they replayed it, and I'm like, I don't know if this was supposed to, because all of us were just in shock.
Yeah, so to go over the match really quickly, you have Blake, who's coming in as a champion, going against Thea, who tapped her out the week before in a non-sanctioned match, I guess, because the bell didn't ring. But it looked great. Like Blake came out hot, like kicking Thea's ass, like for real. And then all of a sudden, Thea just flipped it. Thea flipped a switch and was just go, 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 go. And maybe for the last like 6 to 7 minutes of that match, Thea was in control. And Thea hits her springboard, like little cannonball move. And next thing you know, it's a 3 count.
Yeah, it was a weird
I kid
3
you
count
not,
too.
but I kid you not, every single person, if you're from watching on the outside, was stiff. Like nobody moved.
Yeah.
All the air in that building left because it was loud when the 1, 2, and then you said 3, and it just silence.
Because we were all confused. That was the thing. We were all very confused on what was happening because it was a delayed like bell ring. We didn't know if it was a 3. It looked like his arm went under, when they're doing the 2 and then they go to the 3. So we were all very confused, and we were all very confused because we felt like this story wasn't done with the 2 of them to have the title taken away from Monroe. So I don't know how planned it was. It seemed a little weird.
I don't think it was at all. And now it's like the whole back is in chaos and in shambles because, like you said, there's a double taping tonight. And now they have to completely rewrite everything in order to make the next 2 nights make sense, because I'm pretty sure they had something maybe set up for Blake and her next challenger.
Right. It was just a very confused, especially Blake's arm then went up after he did the 3.
Yeah.
So it seems like either she forgot or he went fat.
I think she might have got the wind knocked out of her on that move because when she landed that cannonball, it hit. Like it was very stiff. That's why Thea almost rolled. That's why Thea kind of like rolled over her a little bit and then kind of had to balance herself back over to get the count. And maybe she just knocked herself out for a second. Who knows?
Yeah. Because Thea looked like she was in shock too.
Yeah, I mean, and she should be in shock. Like, holy cow, Thea, like 1, 2, 3, and Thea was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, congratulations, Thea Hale and new Women's North American champion. I'm kind of excited for it. I like the.
I wish Blake had it a little bit longer. Yeah, the shock value is fun because I feel like it becomes very repetitive over the week sometimes that we don't get the shock that we're like looking for anymore.
So what do you think this brings to the table now for Thea? How do you think that what do you think she does after this?
I don't know, because I wasn't really into the Joe Hendry stuff with her. Like I felt like they didn't know what she was doing and they were kind of just floating her around to see what fits. So maybe this is the type of wrestler and superstar that needs the title, and the title can help elevate her character and elevate her status with seeing what she can bring to the table with it. Because fitting her in other categories wasn't really working, in my opinion. So maybe this will help.
Yeah, I think this is awesome.
Yeah.
It is. What is it? Well, what did God, what's my man Bob Ross? Happy accident.
Yeah. It's a happy
There you are.
accident with a happy
This
little
is
tree.
this is a little happy accident, and
Yeah.
our little tree is Thea. So congratulations, Thea. All right, so now we're gonna move on to match number 2, which was one that you could tell in the crowd people were just not really too happy with the ending either.
I
Um,
I wasn't aware that people didn't like Hank and Tank anymore. I was very confused because, like, they're fine. Like, I don't dislike them, but OTM is very over and people
Yeah,
love
and
them.
that's my thing that's confusing for me personally with this match is because they both look great. OTM looked dominant damn near the whole entire match and like looks like incredible. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and for the ending, I'm just gonna skip to the end here, and Hank and Tank end up winning the match.
Right.
It feels weird and it feels wrong because OTM had so much momentum
Right.
over the last month since they made their comeback just
Definitely.
for the Belly Boys to pop back up and win. And for me, I don't think that their time in Japan really did anything to build, to make them more likable. Like I don't have an issue with them. I just have always said
Yeah.
that I feel that they've been kind of forced down our throats. And
Correct.
this feels like another example of that. Like OTM shouldn't be put back on the back burner. If
Mm-mm.
they want to make this right, they have OTM come out next week and absolutely squash Hank and Tank. Like
Right.
that's
This was weird because, like, putting them in Japan, distance makes the heart grow fonder, but I don't think it really did that
it
here. And
didn't.
like people, okay, the silly, I feel like their gimmick can only go so far before you need something fresh. And it's not there. And I think that's why people were very frustrated. And like you said, OTM was dominant the entire match. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hank and Tank win. And you're like, wait, what? You're like, because I feel
Yeah.
like the bigger pop would have been OTM.
Yeah, because everything should be pointing towards them getting a shot at a tag team championship. It really
Right.
should. Like right now, we should be building up towards OTM versus Dark State.
Right. And what was
I
the
don't.
point of Hank and Tank winning? Like, what did that do? It didn't elevate anybody. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's why they took the titles off of them in the first place because it got dry. And like I said, no offense to Hank and Tank, because they're great
No, no,
workers.
not at
Like
all. Of
they're
course.
they're incredible. They train most of the new talent that comes in. They travel
Right.
across the country to train people. It's just the gimmick, man. It's they gotta. I think the only way that they can really be successful and not end up as a team who ends up getting released or sent somewhere else, you guys it's got to be something different.
Yeah.
Like, and
Always.
it does feed into like the old school um wrestling fan, like the stereotypical wrestling thing. Like, you got the trailer boys. They're kind of they seem like they drink beer and they're dirty. Like it
Yeah.
I get it, but it just needs some work, man.
Yeah. It's
Personally.
only
That's just
fun
me
for so
personally.
long before you're like, okay, how many times can I watch this man smack his belly?
Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Even the crowd is kind of falling out of it a little bit.
Right.
Well, I mean, the crowd's falling out of it a lot of it, but
A lot of it.
that's besides the point. But all right, so now we're kind of flying through this episode a little bit just so that Dani can hit the road and not deal with that Orlando traffic trying
I
to get to
always
the
want to sit and
PC.
talk to you. We can talk longer. I don't have to leave for another hour and a half.
I know well, that's good. That's good. I was just
I
trying to
make
be
time for you.
kind and courteous. Well, thank you so much. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next match number 3, and we're gonna talk about this one for a little bit because this is the match of the night, in my opinion.
Oh, such a good match.
This was amazing. First of all, you have the top 4, damn near the top 4 women in that locker room right now going against each other in a
100%.
tag match with Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray, aka Rundle, going against Fatal Influence with Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed, and JC Jane is on commentary acting up. Y'all couldn't hear it, but she was acting up. Booker was
Of
acting
course she
up for
was.
most of the show, which is
Booker don't know
crazy.
how to act sometimes. You gotta be like,
Never
calm
knows
down,
how to
Booker.
act.
That man needs to calm down.
Oh no, I think he's great. He just
Dude,
keep doing what you're doing, Dani.
right. Kendall's a
Um,
star, man. Kendall
yeah,
is a star. I love
she's
Ren
it,
too,
dude.
but Kendall, she's it. She's
Kendall
so good.
Kendall is what everybody wished Ronda Rousey would have been.
Yes.
And I think I just
Yes.
had that realization this morning when I was doing my notes. But she really is. She's like if Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle could have had a baby and that baby was born knowing everything about professional wrestling, it would be Kendall.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
I feel like every week
Go ahead.
good. Oh, you good.
No, you go.
No, you go. All right. I just feel like every week, like we give her more and more compliments because every single week they give her a chance to shine, and she doesn't waste those opportunities.
She's very good with the crowd also. So she gets the crowd reaction. She knows to turn and talk to us. She knows what's going to make us pop. She just knows the business, and it's so fantastic just to watch her for, pun intended, evolve into who she is right now. Like, it's really fantastic.
Yeah, she's been there for 2 years. Two
I know.
years. Like,
And it's not knocking anybody else either, because all of them are fantastic. Like, this definitely, like you said, match of the night. Like, that, it was
it's too
fantastic.
good. I personally like anytime her and Lainey get anywhere near each other, it's gold. Like
Oh yeah.
it's gold. It could literally even just be one spot in the match, and you'll talk about it because it'll look smooth, it'll feel flawless, it'll be believable. Like it, those two were meant for each other, and I keep saying it. One day those two will wrestle at WrestleMania, and it is going. It will be amazing. It'll give the same vibe as like a Charlotte and Rhea. It'll
It's
be
like
that
watching
kind of.
them
It'll
play
be that kind of
catch.
match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like two people watching them just play catch with each other because they
Yep.
complement each other so well in the ring.
Yep. And then you got Fallon Henley. To me, Fallon Henley is the most put together. Is the most put together person in that locker room. Her promo skills are great. Her acting skills are fantastic. Her in ring work. It's very hard for me to think of a time where Fallon has botched anything.
Yeah.
Like I
Facial
guarantee you,
expressions.
somebody, yeah, dude, somebody could easily find a botch probably and prove me wrong, but that's fine. I'm okay with being wrong. Uh,
It's okay to be wrong.
it's all right. But yeah, but like you said, facial expressions, especially, dude, she
Yeah.
has that mastered. And then
So
you got
funny.
Ren Sinclair, and she is the most experienced one out of everybody in this ring,
Yeah.
and you put this together, it's nonstop. Everything
Yeah.
flowed so well. You didn't know who was going to win at one point in time. JC even got involved, but as you can see, they have strapped that rocket to Kendall's back, and
Yeah.
Kendall and Ren end up winning off of an armbar applied to Fallon that actually looked like she broke Fallon's arm for
Oh
a
my God. I
second.
know. I grabbed patches and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my goodness,
Fantastic.
it's beautiful. So like now, my question for you: do you think that they pull the trigger on Kendall and make her double champ at New Year's Eve?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. I
Why is
think
that?
I think I think there's too much double champ going on, and I think that, I mean, this might just be my biased opinion. It's just like me with triple threat matches. I'm not a fan of them, but that's here nor there. Um, but I think the double champ thing is getting a little played out when it comes to NXT, TNA, all the canoodling. So I think maybe we should just like take a step back. Maybe like someone will interfere, and that way she doesn't become a double champ, and then it could keep her strong or something can happen. But I don't I
Mhm.
don't think she's gonna become double champ yet.
Yeah, there's no, I don't see, like, I would love it. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, but
right.
I just don't see Fatal Influence not playing a huge part in that match.
Right,
Like,
right. And
there's
they're
only
such a
one Ren
great
and there's
heel.
two of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. And they're such a great heel faction. Like, they're so good. Like,
Yeah,
and
they've been the best faction on that show for a year, even though they've replaced a member.
yeah. But I like the member they replaced her with.
Me too. Me too. That's why it's like it's bittersweet. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
Jasmine's gone, but it's like, but Lainey.
Lainey, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, yo, congratulations to Rendell. All the good vibes towards you, Kendall. And I hope you can pull it off. I hope you can.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time. We'll see. But all right, now it is main event time. The fatal four way that almost was match of the night. It was almost match of the night, but those ladies just did it, man. But this is a fatal four way to figure out who will face Oba at New Year's Evil. You got Leon Slater, Joe Hendry, Dion Lennox, and Miles Bourne. First thing I want to say is that I'm changing Dion Lennox's name to Dion Leonidas because he did not need to kick the absolute shit out of Miles Bourne to start
Oh
that
my
match.
God.
He booted
He
that man just square in his chest.
just
Like,
square in the chest.
soon as the bell rang, just this is Sparta, pow, right in the
It,
chest.
it was this match was hard. Like, the hitting, like, you just heard the kicks, you heard the slaps, you heard the punch, you heard everything. Who definitely heard everything? Joe Hendry, while he was laying on the floor 90% of the match.
Yeah,
I
Joe is
I was
out
like,
of
"Joe,
that
what's
match most
happening
of it.
here?" I'm like, "Joe, there's a match going on, sir. Sir, there's
Yeah.
a match going on." And I love Joe Hendry, but
Mhm.
I was just like, "Can you get a little bit more involved in this match, please?"
I wonder what they're gonna do with him because I feel like anytime I try to like guess when he's gonna be put in situation, just it doesn't happen. I think Stand and Deliver is really gonna be his time. I
Right.
don't know
It's a
why.
very weird situation because it's like his theme song can only get him over so much. We got to like do something. Like he can go in the ring, so why not have him
Yeah.
do
See,
something?
and this is why I'm still not a believer.
You can
That's
be
why
a
I'm not.
but he's so
Cause
cute.
I haven't seen it yet. Like he hasn't been
Fair.
put in a position to show it. Like all of his matches that he's in are either like gimmicky or very short, or he's there as like somebody on the background. Like I don't know. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Joe's big moment to where I
He
can shut up and actually wave my hands.
he's like an R Truth a Jace almost, where he's like the gimmicky, like, the super silly gimmicky wrestler, but he can wrestle. I mean,
Yeah.
I went in thinking one of the three that didn't win were going to win. I thought Leon Slater was a big surprise for me
Hmm.
for him to win and be facing Oba. I found that a little odd. I
Yeah,
just
but I got a theory about that one
oh,
and why I think that happened. And if they're doing what I think they're doing, this is about to be fun.
okay.
Right?
Lay it on
So
me.
you notice at the beginning of the episode, one of the promos we didn't talk about was Javon was waiting in the parking lot all night for Ricky to show up. Um, Leon walks up to him and asks him, "Hey, bro, can you come out to be in my corner for tonight? Like, come on." He's like, "No, bro, I'm doing this." He said, "Yo, dude, like, you're my boy. Like, I really need you. Like, I understand you got your thing going with Ricky, but I really need you in my corner tonight." And Javon was kind of shutting it off, like, "Yeah, bro, whatever, bro. Yeah, bro, I'll go.
Right.
Sure, sure, sure." He never showed up.
Right.
So you could hear in Leon's voice during that segment that he was a little disappointed at the fact that Javon didn't want to support him.
Right.
So I'm starting to think that they're getting ready to build this beef up between them. And I think that Leon might beat Oba.
So that way Javon can beat Leon
And so that way you get the dream match of Javon versus Leon
for the
for the
title.
NXT championship.
Interesting. But wouldn't you want Javon to beat Oba? I feel like that's where it's going, unless
I
they're already
did. I,
putting
I
him on
did
main
until they
roster.
I did until they steered away from it. Like I thought 1,000% that was a story. You weren't going to tell me different that was what was going to happen.
Right,
I
because
thought
that's what
Javon
we've
was
all
going to
been
have his
waiting
moment.
for.
Yeah, and now it's like they could give us this huge rivalry between the two youngest and best doing it right now. They could really build that up and make this the start to a forever rivalry. Like now they've had them be best buddies, they've had them be tag team partners, they've had them do the whole thing. So instead of doing the Sol Ruka Zarya thing and ride it out for 6 months before they break up,
Right.
why don't they start it right now? I had Cleveland on the show a few weeks ago and he said
Mhm.
they need to be enemies. They don't need to be friends. Like
Yeah, they don't
it's too
no.
good. And I agree. So maybe
Right.
maybe that's what Sean and Matt and all them are cooking up back there in the back.
But I feel
Maybe.
like that will take a longer time because now we have this Ricky and Javon feud. So why wouldn't that continue? Why would he steer away and then go to Leon because Leon has
So
the title?
so the thing is, I think Javon beats Ricky at New Year's Evil. Leon
Okay.
wins. Javon comes out and confronts him, being like, "That should be mine."
Okay.
Or it's one of them situations to where Leon wins it, and then the next week when they show Javon's butthurt about it, and then
Huh.
slowly leads into whatever I can't remember what the February PLE is to
Oh,
save my
I
life.
forgot.
But whatever the February PLE is, more than likely we might get Javon getting that title, and then that could lead into the Joe Hendry thing at Stand and Deliver. You get Javon with the title for 2 months, and who knows?
I don't know how I feel about that because I feel
That's just a
like
guess. Just a guess.
no, I know. I'm just trying to I'm marinating in it because I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out if I actually like it and I don't think I like it.
that's fine.
I'm just maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. I
Maybe,
just
but if
I
but
just
I'm
found the
also
Leon, but
like
then like why would
like
you have Leon?
in the back of my mind is like Javon's on main roster every single week now. So
Right, that's another
maybe they're steering away from him being champion at all.
completely right. Even though it would have been such a big deal if he
Yeah.
won. Like that we were waiting for that because that pop would be fucking unreal.
Yep. But we'll see. So at the end of this match, Oba does end up coming out and confronting
Mhm.
Leon, and it was quite the stare down there. I don't understand how Oba seems to just keep getting bigger every single week that we see him.
Jesus Christ, I
But
know.
we've got to be pretty close to him being gone. So please, y'all, embrace that at the PC as much as y'all can. Embrace the
I
Oohs,
know.
embrace the Obas, embrace the Mayafas.
Oh, I
Take
said
them
when I
in.
first started going to the PC and watching, I said the crowd is a cult when it comes to Oba. with the
Yep.
grunting and the oohs and all that stuff when he comes out. I was like, this is a cult.
And
I'm
it's
like, this is a
nationwide now.
yeah,
We
it's
did that.
nuts. It's
We
pretty
did that.
insane. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yep. But all right, my friends, that wraps up the recap portion of this episode. A lot of different things to talk about next week, hopefully, with 2 episodes getting recorded tonight. I am gonna stay away
Mm.
from spoilers just because I don't like to know what's
I'm
happening.
gonna
I like to
text
be
you all
surprised.
of them.
You
All
will
of
get
them.
you will
Gonna
be
send you
blocked for
pictures.
48
No, I'm
hours.
not gonna do
I'm
that.
just kidding. I know you wouldn't do that. But
No,
all
I'm
right,
just
so this is the parts of the show where I get to ask my guests some questions. First question, same question I've been asking all season. This is actually second to last time I get to ask it this season.
oh,
What is your favorite WrestleMania moment?
Jesus Christ.
That's usually the reaction I get.
There's so many. I am gonna take it from a personal experience way instead of doing all the cliche fun ones. I'm gonna say WrestleMania 31, when Seth cashed in
Okay.
because it was such a moment. I dressed like Lana when Lana and Rusev were a big thing. That's who I was cosplaying as. So it was super fun to begin with. And it was just a moment where we were all sitting there and we were talking about a cash in. And I remember turning to my friend Matt and I said, has anybody ever cashed in during a match? And he was like, I don't think so. And the minute I said that, Seth's music hit
Yeah.
and everybody and we all popped. Like I had no voice for 3 days. Like it was just such an unbelievable feeling because everybody went like nuts during that. Like it was such an incredible moment and everybody was so happy because they knew he was going to win the title and it was the borderline of people being sick of Roman at this point. It was just such an
Hmm.
unbelievable experience to be there live and during that whole thing and kind of calling it in a way because I mentioned it to my friend. So that's definitely one of the big WrestleMania moments for me
Oh, that's
personally.
awesome. That's sweet that you were there. I don't know that. I think you
Yeah.
might be the first person I met who was actually in that crowd. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been going to
So,
I was going to WrestleMania all till 2020 and then I
mhm.
kind of stopped going until last year. But yeah, I went from 2020, yeah, was it WrestleMania 29 till 2019 and then, the world shut down.
Yep,
And then I kind of stopped.
I've been to 4, I think. What was it?
Yeah.
28, 38, 40, 41. Those are my 4.
Oh
And
yeah.
then
I
42 this
Wrestle
year.
WrestleMania 30, I brought a friend who's never watched wrestling, and I was like, "Oh, that's Undertaker. He never loses. Like he has a
And then he
streak at
lost.
WrestleMania." And then he lost, and she's like, "I'm so confused." And I
She's
was
like,
like,
"What did you do?"
I remember all my friends started texting me, and I was like, I feel like my parents just got divorced all over again. I was like, it was
Oh
just
no.
a whoosh. So that was not my favorite WrestleMania moment
Yeah, I
at
bet. That's
all.
wow. All right. So
That was a
question
moment.
so question number 2. Like you said, you
Uh-huh.
travel a lot, you do a
Yeah.
lot of fun things. You get to see a lot of fun places, but you don't go alone most of the time.
No.
So usually you bring your mother along with you. And for those of you people that are listening and watching that follow the Heel Marks podcast and follow your social media, there's a certain thing that you guys do whenever you go out, and you'll turn around and you'll be like, "Mom, where are we?"
Yeah.
And she always has just the most. It's adorable. It's the cutest
Adorable.
response ever. So how did that all come about? Because you do it almost everywhere that you go
Oh,
now. Like
yeah, yeah.
how did that become a thing?
So we hadn't been to Disney in a while. We're Disney people. I wouldn't classify myself as a Disney adult, but close. So we hadn't been to Disney in a really long time, and it was in 2016 we were going back finally, and we were like so excited we were finally there. And I don't know what came over me. It started off as just Snapchat, and I was just like, "Hey, mom, where are we?" And she was like, "We are in Disney World, the happiest place on earth." And then like we did it for every park. And then it just started becoming a thing where every time me and her were somewhere, I would just say, "Hey, mom, where are we?" And I'd kind of catch her off guard. But she was so quick with these funny little things that she would say. I mean, sometimes I have to be like, "Okay, are you ready?" But most of the time, we'll just be walking and I'm like, "Hey, mom, where are we?" And immediately she just like, she comes up with these super funny, cute things to say. And she's so humble. She's like, "I don't know why people like them so much." I'm like, "Because you're adorable." So it
It
just
is.
became a thing. My mom went to a barbecue once and a girl that's like an acquaintance of mine goes, "I know you." And my mom's like, "What?" And she's like, "Hey mom, where are we?" And my mom's
Yeah,
like,
she was like,
"What
"I'm at a
is it?"
barbecue."
She's like, "I'm famous." But yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
how it
awesome.
started. Yeah, and it's like a nice little reminiscent of like the stuff we do together and all our
Mhm.
traveling and stuff. When we went to Italy, I learned how to say, "Hey mom, where are we?" in Italy, in Italian, because like I just thought it would be funny. So like we always try to do like little fun things like that. And it's like a nice way to commemorate like our traveling and
Oh yeah,
spending time
great
together.
memories.
Yeah,
Great memories. And you get to document everything too. It's great.
exactly.
All
Exactly.
right. So last question. You're very involved with entertainment. You love movies. You love wrestling. You love doing different things like that. You love music as well, obviously. You're
Yeah.
coming to Vegas to see Backstreet Boys and New Kids. Um, what are you looking forward to the most in 2026 in your travel life?
Coming to see you. No,
Hey.
that's on the list. I'm trying to think. I I don't. Oh my god, there's just so much. I'm gonna be traveling. I'm trying to travel a lot more. Jesus, there's so much. You kind of caught me off guard. I'm trying to think of there. I'm trying to think. I'm more into like being in the wrestling community, like actually like being more friendly. Believe it or not, I'm not that friendly sometimes. So I'm trying to like be more personable with people and like learning more about like wrestling and what it and not actually wrestling, just wrestling shows in general and wrestling and the community of wrestling and how people came to be. So I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to like meeting more people and now that I live in Florida, like exploring Florida more and people down here. So I guess I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to movies coming out as normal. I don't know if I ever told you, but I've seen every Oscar movie ever nominated
Oh
for
wow.
Best Picture. That's my little fun tidbit I do. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just travel is a big one for me. I just love to
Mhm.
travel, and it's a really it's something I'm trying to complete the 50 states. I have 5 more left, so
Wow.
I'm looking forward to that. I just
Yeah, that's
rambled off a bunch of things that I'm very
that's
excited
fine. That's
about.
perfect. Hey, that's a
Yeah,
great answer.
yeah. I'm just looking forward to 2026 because 2024 was rough for me and I vowed to take 2025 back and I feel like I came out strong, so I'm looking forward to 2026.
That's amazing. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
your time.
you. Of
Appreciate you
course.
joining me. I
Of
also just
course.
realized that like our little name badges and name tag thingies weren't up this whole entire episode. Whoops. So
Whoops. Nobody
but
knows who we
anyways,
are.
yeah, I know we're a mystery. It's a mystery. Not it's not like the logo is all over the page or anything, but
That's yeah, right.
um
Hmm.
yeah, so if you would like to share your socials to where anybody can follow you, follow the heel marks, just tell people how they can support you
Oh yeah.
before we get up out of here.
You can I have a bunch of social medias. DCC125 is my personal one where you can see all my Hey Mom, Where Are We's. I have Yay Friendship Bracelets where I make friendship bracelets for wrestling, kind of how me and NaJee became friends too. Wrestling, Backstreet Boy concerts, movies, anything. And also Heel Marks. I do a podcast with my dear friend Brady, and we're at the Heel Marks.
Thanks. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today. I
Of course. Thank you for having
appreciate you.
me.
It has been great. Everybody say bye bye, Danny. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
See ya. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was Danny. That has been my guest. You guys already know we are getting closer and closer to New Year's Evil. I'm super excited to see what comes out of this. One more time, congratulations to Thea Hale. We'll see what comes out of it. But guys, this is episode 73. The only two episodes we have left. The only episodes we have left are the men's top 10 and the women's top 10 of 2025. We'll be bringing those to you shortly within the next couple of weeks. Maybe we'll get it out by Christmas Eve and we'll get the other one out by New Year's Eve. If not, we'll be dropping them before the New Year starts. But yo, it's been a pleasure. Shout out to my guest Dani. This is NXT with NaJee, a part of the Whip Show, aka the Whip Show. You know, it is Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast. I got a little stumbled on my words there. And we are also a part of bodyslam.net. It has been my pleasure to be your host today. I will catch you guys next week. You know what it is. That's great.
Life is for a dreamers like me. Journey down the stream.